Welcome. We're honored to have you here in this transformative journey with the leader of you leading beyond limits and awakening to the possibility of who you are and your purpose in life. We're here to help you unlock your true potential and breaking through barriers of limited beliefs. This summit is designed to awaken your mind to new possibilities and empower you to live a life of purpose, passion, and impact. Over the next few weeks, we'll be hearing from some of the world's leading experts in leadership, personal growth, health, and wellness as they share powerful insights and practical tools to help you evolve the best version of yourself. Wouldn't that be great? So there's more to the summit, but I have a real special guest that I want to introduce, and he's dear to my heart. He has over 30 years in fitness and nutrition. He's a highly regarded expert in transformative coaching. As the creator of the K7 method, Esteban focuses on helping high achievers regain their energy, confidence, and appeal, all while balancing the demands of a successful career with personal well-being. Esteban has educated and trained more than 9,000 fitness and nutrition professionals. That's amazing. Throughout his career, his work has profound impact, influencing the lives of hundreds and thousands of individuals. His coaching isn't limited to just the general public, but extends to guiding driven professionals and elite athletes, including NFL Super Bowl champions, towards revitalized, energetic lifestyles. With his comprehensive approach, Esteban empowers individuals to optimize their health, fitness, and mindset, making him a perfect fit for the Leader of You Summit. Yes, and we are so thankful here. He has strategies that are designed personally that can transform your life. And I've been in testimony of a few of them myself, watching them. And what he says is real, and he gets real results. Esteban, welcome to the Leader of You Summit. How are you today?
I am fantastic. Thank you.
Esteban and I have been talking, and we've realized we've been living on a parallel path. And some of the things we want to talk about is some of our experiences, which are valuable for those that are in the season of being in business or being in a career or being somewhere in their life where they feel like their identity is tied to them of what they're doing. And I can tell you from my personal experience, that costs you a lot. And if you're not looking at the cost of things overall, not only for you, but for everybody around you, you need to have a serious stop and think for a moment, and let's be aware of what's going on in your life. And from my personal testimony, I've owned several businesses, and they've been in my identity. And I made some good money, but they were tied up in things. What I didn't know was what was driving my train. And what was driving my train was giving me results that I didn't like. It was never fulfilling. I never felt like I achieved success, true success, and I lost my joy and peace. And it actually ended up putting me into a hospital after becoming an alcoholic and losing my liver and kidney and nearly died. And at that point, God intervened gratefully and thankfully and saved my life. So it transformed my life to understand that we make a lot of decisions in our life. We go from anywhere from 25,000 to 95,000 decisions a day. All right. So for your belief system is usually formed in the early years that carries through into your adult life. And a lot of times we don't know that, and they're blind spots. But in it, a very, very powerful fact that I want you to identify with, 90% of your decisions made are at the subconscious level. So I want you to stop and look at your results in your life in front of you. Are they aligning with your heart, not your head, not your desires, that things, but in your heart? And are you experiencing peace and joy and happiness in what you're seeing in your results? If you're not, I want you to seriously recalibrate and listen. Esteban has transformed many people in their lives. He is a professional at it. He too has gone through some life experiences that he's going to share with you, that we just want to take time, because it matters. You matter. And the more that we can get people to transform and live a better life, the more giving you're going to be, and the more grateful and the more things you're going to get out of life that you're going to celebrate. And I tell you what, that's a life worth living for. Esteban, tell us about what you've gone through a little bit too, and see how that resonates.
Oh, let's go there. So thank you again for allowing me to speak and share. So I think of going back in time. So I've been in the fitness and nutrition world for over 30 years, and from being a private trainer to being executive for national fitness chains. So winning, I would say, achieving different trophies. There's the as I'm growing up, I got to make mama proud. Okay, you need to go to school and get this degree and work this. So it's like, what do we do to make mama proud? It's like, good job, son, good job. So I was doing those in the professional world. I was working with what some would call the celebrities or the elites. If there was an event, I was there. If media needed a fitness professional to be in a newspaper or on a news channel, I was the one. So it's like, oh, cool! Look at all these little badges. Look at all these little trophies that I'm ranking up. An executive for the number one ranked fitness company in the world. Boom! Here's another one. Shifted and opened up my own fitness chains. So and I shared this. When we're unclear of our purpose, we're gonna get there every time. So there's 1,000 roads that lead to I don't know. And I was hitting confusion in all of those seasons, and I'm going to call them seasons of my career. And the confusion was this. So I was married, raising my ex-wife, which I already gave you like a little foreshadow of it. She and I started dating when her daughter was 1 year old. So my daughter, raised her. We had a son together. Some would say stepdaughter. And had 2 beautiful homes. Any one of them could be the dream home. So got the trophy. You're running and operating a beautiful business. You've got an amazing family. You've got these homes. Yet the connection wasn't there. I was so hyper focused on I've got to hit specific numbers. I've got to create certain things. There was also a badge of honor that I learned at some point in my life on the I'm too busy too. I can't because, oh man, good for you. Being the little martyr. Esteban, you don't have time because you're working so hard to provide. Oh, you're the first one in and the last one out. Yet I was never there as a father, or rarely there. Yet I was rarely ever there as a husband.
Same.
So that purpose of being that provider protector gone. You know, I was looking to create these. We hit the oxytocin on these phones now. On the oh, here's your little trophy. You opened up a new fitness facility. Oh, here's a little trophy. You've achieved whatever. Yet, where is he as a father? Where is he as a husband? So what that led to was an imbalance of my purpose.
Yes.
Led to a divorce, which led to shutting down the business, which led to foreclosure, repossession, bankruptcy. So not being centered on my purpose and just striving for my internal little trophies, little badges, little like, oh man, I feel so sorry. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody felt sorry for me. Like, oh, you're putting in all these hours. It's like, bro, you're the one choosing it. Yet I felt like I had to, but I also felt like that was part of my identity. I'm the business guy. I'm the guy that is at work at 5 a.m. and doesn't come home till 9, 10 p.m. at night. That didn't really help me out. So now I know that. I didn't have a mentor at the time saying, bro, protect your family, be a great husband, be a great father,
Mm.
take care of your body so that you show up as that. Although I was in the fitness and nutrition industry, the gyms, I wasn't taking care of myself. My hormone levels were out of whack. My sleep was practically non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
I would pass out in my vehicle or any quiet space in the middle of the day because my body was shot, trying to recuperate. Not a positive way to live. Where I am today, completely different. Thankfully, waking up, listening to God on
Mm-hmm.
the you have a real purpose. Wake up, son. Got it. Thank you. So I put my relationship with my wife and my son first. I got remarried,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't hide that. Like I'll openly speak about it on any stages that I'm on. I openly post it on social media, and it's more of a reminder for me. And it's also a letting anybody know that I come across. For instance, I'm at the summit right now. My wife calls. I'm going to pause what we're doing. She comes first.
Absolutely.
In my previous marriage, voicemail, leave a message. I'm busy. I'm never too busy for my wife or my son. No, not at all. I didn't have a man, a mentor teaching me that. So I openly share that now. It's like, no, you realize why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I went through shit. I created it and I went through it. And, there's a lot of me that's thankful that I went through that because I wouldn't be where I am today had I not gone through that. So I will say,
100%.
looking for the that blessings and the grace of what I went through because I went through it so I could be who I am now. And without a doubt, I love sharing the struggles that I went through it with anticipation and hoping and prayer that other
Mm-hmm.
men don't have to go through the same junk that I went through.
The greatest thing I've learned is surrender, Esteban, through this whole process. And there's a lot of baggage that we carry and we don't know that we carry. And that in surrender, we've become vulnerable. Vulnerable is equally is it proportionate to courage.
Yeah.
All right. And I encourage men, I'm talking to you that feel like you've got to perform. You got to be the guy of the billfold. You got to be the guy that's in the room with the woman in the bedroom. Okay. That's what the world teaches you. And that's not right. Okay. I'll just call it like it is. We've lived that life and it's false rewards. Okay. The real rewards is starting to learn where your emotions are, get in contact with that, get in contact with your purpose in life, your values that you hold dear that you didn't know that you had, and start leading a transformational life. And Esteban and I are proof that you can. We've both been down so deep that it actually, thankfully, very thankfully, it brought us to God because that's where we needed to be in order to be a help to you. So, I mean, we're living proof. So just soak that in for a moment, please. All right, because you matter and this is important. So, Esteban, something had to shift. What shifted in you?
Pain. It's and when I coach, I also coach on there. We're vision driven and we're goal driven and we're also pain driven. And
Mm-hmm.
what I found that gets us off of the X quicker is pain.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like if I have my hand on a warm stove, that's uncomfortable. As they say, how do they boil a frog 1 degree at a time? Yet if it's scalding hot, boom, you respond quickly. I went through ridiculous amount of pain that I never thought I could personally live because I was living the life. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
back from as a young child, I look back and I'm like, yes, my parents got divorced at an early age. I had what I would call an absent father, but I had a good life. I'm like, and I have a good life now. I can never be depressed like these people. I can never be suicidal like that. Like, what is that? I can never have anxiety like that. It hit me like a freight train.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, this sucks. I'm either gonna go or I'm gonna go. Time to choose, kid.
Yeah.
So what I did was I changed my environment. when I play music, for me, I play worship music because I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
feeding my brain, I'm feeding my thoughts. Um, I stopped watching anything that would be non-supportive to living an optimal life, whatever that is for somebody, whether it's
Key.
social media, negative movies,
Hmm.
whatever. I started purposely watching inspirational speakers. Tony Robbins, one of them.
Hmm.
Um,
John Maxwell. You know.
yes. So whichever ones that are out there for you that are like, okay, this motivates and inspiring, because that's like a battery. It's not always up, but
Hmm.
it's a tool that I needed at the time. I went into a coaching, self-development, emotional intelligence, leadership program. So I'm like, I've done leadership, for most of my entire life, since high
Hmm.
school, and it always supported and elevated me. I hired a coach because I look back and I'm like, the great things about having a coach is you have a lifeline connected to get you to behave a certain way and allow you to feel the feels even when you don't feel like moving or even when you feel like stuffing them. So
Hmm.
I will openly now say I will have a coach until my last breath. It's a lifeline because I know
Hmm.
that I'm going to have ups and downs in life. And then the coach is crucial for when we're on our downside. It's like, oh, I'm doing good. And the good becomes great with a coach. And what about when you fall on your face and you feel like quitting and giving up because those seasons are real?
Hmm.
And the other thing I did was, I will always have until my last breath, I purposely surrounded myself with a tribe of people that were living a life that inspired me to. It's like, I want to be like that. So I'll give you an example now. I'm in a season where I seek out men that are excellent husbands, privately and publicly. Like I was not that before. And I didn't have a dad that taught me, here's how you are with your wife. My dad, what I learned from him was he always complained about my mom.
Hmm.
Got divorced.
Hear a lot of that.
I was 10, 11 years old, and all I heard from him, all my memories are negative comments about wife or ex-wife. I don't have one memory of them hugging or kissing, not one memory of that. So my mentorship was ball and chain, nagging, bitch.
Hmm.
Like, well, that's what a husband and wife relationship's supposed to be like. And the other young men when I was younger and previously married, similar comments. The social media or the movies that I poured into my head and the music, bitch, hoe.
Hmm.
So I'm like, well, no wonder I created what I created because that's what I was feeding into me. So now the tribe, going back to that, is I purposely surround myself and I will not allow myself to be with men that speak negatively of their wife. It's like that's a representation of who you are. You chose
Exactly. Your character and your value system.
you're speaking the same of you,
Hmm.
and I don't need that fed into me. So identifying it, whether it's on finances, whether it's on physical side, whether it's on relationship side, those two things that are key to me from my low is I will always have a coach and I will always put myself with a tribe that are living a lifestyle that I'm striving for.
And by the way, folks, that you're hearing this, and if you're interested, we have a perfect program to go through leadership training. Both of us are products of it, and both of us have a community of tremendous support and coaches that surround us. So hit the link below. We'll talk to you more either with Esteban or myself. Doesn't matter either way because it's important. So yeah, so you just hit on something major, and that's one of the things I work with as well is in the belief system. Okay, so you believed that's the way you were supposed to be, and that was formed at childhood.
Yep.
And see how it carried so far. You carried your story of what that looked like and the emotions that you painted in that belief system of a framework impacted you through your adult life, and it cost you, and it's cost me tremendously as well. And so that's what I wanted everybody to stop and think of what and where you are in your results that you get in your life. And what you believe may be true, but it may not be truth.
I like
Okay.
that. That's good. Yep. It may be true, but it may not be truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've got the ability to create whatever we want. So it's, how do I shift that belief? And I always coach on look for evidence. I'm in the world of fitness, so many people come to me on weight loss. So I'm like, okay, I'm in my 50s. Many times, shoot, I'll do it now. I lift up my shirt and I'm like, I've got a six pack. So it shows what's possible. Now,
Yes.
during my stressful time, I looked like I was 4 months pregnant. So although younger, not living the vibrant life. So I coach people on looks for evidence, seek for evidence. So Esteban, I can't do it because I'm this age. I can't do it because I'm male. I can't do it because I'm female. Look for other people that have what you believe is a barrier, yet they've been able to overcome it. So it shifts our belief system. I can't make money because I live in this area, whatever it is. Oh, the economy's bad, yet millionaires are being created every day. What? Seek evidence. It'll shift the belief system, and then it's okay, I'm willing now to take action that's aligned with the action that tribe is doing, because I believe that results are possible. So shifting that belief, for me, again, relationship is a huge one. As we're talking, I cannot think back to one couple that I knew when I was a child, my friend's parents, that was the ideal husband wife on how I choose to be a husband today. So I grew into what my belief systems were. Yet it's not too late to shift and change that. Right.
You got to choose.
Yeah.
That's the key point. We always have a choice, don't we?
It's what do you want? What do you want? Read and allow that belief system in, so you can create that, and you get to take action consistently. Like I'm working on decades of one behavior. I'm working against that current, to where, again, I share the relationship I've got with my wife. And you're out there. Yes, I am purposely out there. It's like working the weights. You exercise all the time. Yes. And these are the results of exercising all the time. I exercise my love and my relationship for my wife all the time. And people can go to social media, find me. You'll at least you'll have that peek in window. I know social media is always a perception of whatever people want you to see, but it's a slice of the cake. So you can tell what the flavor of the cake is by looking at that slice.
You're consistent in your own bedroom, in your own home, in your own place, as you are outward. And that's, folks, is where you got to be. All right. Yeah. If you're living a life one way here and another way here, there's something out of alignment. You really need to check, because it's costing you.
It'll blend. It'll show up.
It does. Well, it sure does. So it's key to be consistent and persistent and determined in what it is. Be unrelentless on what you believe is your passion that brings joy in your life. Don't give in, don't sacrifice it, and just live in mediocrity. There's greatness, there's excellence in every one of us. No matter what anybody tells you, that's not the truth. You are worth it, and you are 100% excellent, and you bring a gift that we don't have, that you do. We would love for you to share it.
The time that we've got on this planet is short.
Yep.
Live it to the fullest, live it in excellence. Identify your purpose. Purpose shifts. There's they're in different seasons of our life. So, and then that was a barrier I had to overcome also. I believed I had one purpose, and as my season shifted, I didn't want to turn that page. Oh, but I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do it for this. It's like there's different seasons.
Excellent point. Yes.
Be okay with that goal shifting. Just live into it and live in excellence, whatever excellence is at that season of your life.
Well, what happens physiologically, what happens when we start coming into alignment and we have our purpose and our vision? I think we start, it starts with our spirit, actually, our energy that we project. And then that starts going into how your mind thinks. And I believe that goes into the chemicals it produces in your body, and it's not toxic. It's actually healthy.
Yeah. And, again, in my world, fitness and nutrition, when you activate muscles, one of the things that they've found out is muscle is an organ. It's like the endocrine system. So when we activate muscle, it releases hormones and aminos, we call them myokines, that cross a blood-brain barrier. There's some that are messenger signals to the other organs. It actually heals the body. So like muscle inactivation, some professionals call it like medicine. It heals the body. And there's also the serotonin, the dopamine, the feel-good hormones. They did a study with anxiety, stress, depression medication for one group and then exercise for another group. And they were able to measure the myokines that are released. And the group that did it with the non-pharmaceuticals, but the physical movement, got better results than the pharmaceutical ones. So I'm not standing here saying yay or nay towards pharmaceuticals. I'm just sharing what the literature shows. Taking care of the body allows us to be in alignment with the mind. So we show up in that joyful, excellent form.
It's the precedence. You're setting the precedence, and then your body starts expecting that once it gets used to that too.
Yeah, like it feels good. Yep, yeah. Move, and it feels good. It's a way that we get to protect ourselves on an immune system and on a skeletal movement system.
That's so key how everything lines up. And really, if you're a believer, that's great. If not, I encourage you to find God, because he is the creator. We truly accept that. We do. And I'd love for you to come to meet him. But if you're not, that's fine. But the thing is, there are natural things that stack in the food that you eat, your mental state of mind, how you show up, how you take care of yourself, how you present yourself. All those are cumulative in results. And if you're ignoring one area and putting focus in another, like we did earlier on in our lives, it is not going to result into having a life filled with joy and peace and enjoying life the way it should be enjoyed, the way it's meant to be. So, seriously, I want to encourage you. Esteban is the top of the top. He's a very profound expert in what he does. He knows what he's doing. I would trust him completely and be joining with him shortly as well and becoming a member of his fitness center, because not only do I want to care for myself, but I want to support somebody that I know and love and trust that's going to take care of other people. And it's one of the reasons why I'm having here, because it's a community, folks. And when you become a part of a community, you take care of each other. And our world needs that model right now more than ever, is to stand up and be a leader of you and to be part of your community, be a giving spirit, and take care of yourself and love one another. And man, be vulnerable. There's no shame in it. It's power.
Yep. Yeah, we can't hold it in. So when the emotions are coming up, those are signals. Those are signals for a reason. We get to feel the feels. And growing up it was just boys. I had my mama who was the strong one, working ungodly hours to provide. And it's I can't show weakness. Totally get and understand that. Holding on to whatever the emotions that are coming up actually causes, there's literature backing this up, causes damage at the cellular level. So eventually you will break. It's like a steam pipe. You've got to release it. So I would encourage the men, identify an individual or group that you feel safe with. So when you express what you're feeling, that vulnerability, you also feel safe. So it's many times it's like I'm holding back because I don't want to appear a certain way. I don't want to be unsafe. Totally get it. Get with a group that you feel safe and feel the feels. Feel the feels, process it. You release, and you will feel amazing afterwards because it's no longer bottled up.
It's healthy. It's just flat out healthy. In men's group are highly important.
Yeah.
So we encourage you, wherever you land in it, find one. Actively look.
Identify a group that you genuinely believe that has your back, where you can authentically celebrate and break down with.
Yeah. 100%. So it matters. And you matter again. Esteban, I think we're about out of time for this session. I look forward to future sessions going forward, but I know you've got something you want to offer
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a free gift for you for watching this.
Mhm.
I call it the tight tummy challenge. So what I've done is I've done this for a long time. So I mean, just here's my disclaimer on it. Um, if we were to go back in history 150 years ago and we go from the East Coast to the West Coast, we're like, we could totally get there. I got that. So I'm going to go in my vehicle and it's going to take me 3 to 4 months, horse and buggy.
Mm.
Okay, got it. We improve with uh, the way the roads are, with inventions. I can ride my vehicle. I can get there in about 3 weeks. I can get there in 5 days as we're progressing. So in 30 plus years that I've done this, I've identified ways to transform the human body in quicker ways than the average person knows. Well, I can fly from the East Coast to the West Coast. I can get there in like 7 hours. What if I told you that I had a private jet that's supersonic? We could do it in 3 hours. Somebody that only knew that you could travel there in 3 months would be like, you're lying. You're crazy. Can't happen. Somebody that only knows that you can drive there in 5 days, 6 days, you're lying. You're crazy. So I designed this tight tummy challenge to where people would see more than average results within 7 days.
Mm.
I will not make any guarantees. Everybody's a little bit different, but I will share the average loss is 4.5 pounds and at least 1 inch around the waist. Now that's average. My wife's cousin, 6'7" guy, 29 pounds he dropped in 1 week.
Whew.
So and it's not calorie counting. It's not restrictive. There's a sequence of food that I have there. They're gut centric, reduces inflammation, and designed with the little muscle centric nutrition at the
Mhm.
post end of it to help metabolize and oxidize fat faster, in addition to core exercises that tighten up the muscular system in the midsection, those core muscles. So the combination of both of those, and part of the gift that I want to give you is I've assigned one of my staff members to be the concierge coach. They're on rotation, so I can't tell you who it's going to be right now because I don't know. But I will assign you a staff that will support you and guide you through this challenge as well. So that's my gift to you. You get to live a healthier lifestyle and shift your belief that, oh, it's possible for me to live in excellence with my physical body. That's the gift.
Wow, that's I'm gonna sign up for that myself
Gotcha.
because I just I watched somebody in our leadership group that both of us been through and watched the transformation. I won't give you the name, but you know who he is.
Yeah,
Starts with
it's
yeah, and
there's that's a great thing with this. It's
yeah,
you'll see multiple transformations, and it gets people to believe like, whoa, if all of them are doing it, I can do it too. Yes, yeah,
and he got results. I mean, real results, and not only in his body but in his mindset. And once you see that you can have celebrate these small wins, it adds up. We're taught to shoot the Hail Marys all the way down to the end zone. And, those things don't work. It's the small things that you do every day
yeah,
that matter. And they accumulate like compound interest in the bank.
yeah. We're just shifting 1 to 2 degrees of what the
Yeah.
average person does on a daily basis. Um, and again, I've done this for a long time at a high level, so I've learned. I made a lot of mistakes, and I've learned a lot. So I designed it to where you get a quick jump start. You see and feel a difference, and then you can make a decision like what's next for me. And then and there's many routes depending on how people choose to live.
You mentioned something, everybody needs a coach. Well, there's your coach right there. He's got leadership capabilities, training, mindset, physical reconditioning. It's a great place to start your new journey in your new life of transformation to be the leader of you. So engage, make a decision and commitment. That's where it starts. One foot in front of the other, and you're committed to doing it.
Yeah,
And
we're all
shut the back door. No excuses. Let's
we're
go.
here to support you. Just be vulnerable enough to lean on support. You look at all the elite individuals in the world; they all have the coach. They all have a mentor. Lean in on
Mm.
who you believe could be that for you in this season of your life.
So you people are out there listening. we have a VIP offer to upgrade to have these sessions available to you for a lifetime. I encourage you to do it. And then one of the other things that we encourage you to do is we offer a course on the value of values and why it matters and what it costs you if you don't know what your values are.
I want to jump in on this one, William. I've done many summits, and then when the host offers a VIP, do it. So if you're watching and you end up doing another summit, watching another summit, jump on the VIP. I can tell you as a host, and I can tell you as a guest speaker, these hosts give ridiculous value on the VIP packages and programs. So if you're hesitant, I'm going to tell you, just freaking click that VIP link. You will exponentially get a return on that investment. Though what they're requesting is nothing compared to what the true value is. And you have to make an exchange. That's a spiritual law.
Mm-hmm.
You get to make that exchange to receive what comes from it. So I'm going to encourage you, click your VIP link and upgrade your experience here into that.
Yeah. So the real mission here, folks, is transform this world. It's a dark place, and I know pretty much everybody's hurt in some way or another. All right, we're here to serve and give. All right, and we do make a living out of this, but we're not going to kill ourselves working ourselves to death, because we're not meant to be that way. We weren't designed. We're meant to be human beings, not human doers. Okay, there is a difference, and we enjoy this. All right, we enjoy meeting people, serving people. And we love possibilities, and we love to see what the future is going to look like. And you know what? We can make the future. We have that power. So come on, everybody join us. We love you. We appreciate you for joining this session, and thank you dearly. We do want you to recalibrate your life and live it the way it's meant to be lived. Okay. So God bless you. Be on the lookout for more of these summits coming up. And a lot of times we'll be just getting on to do a podcast or something just to share information with you that will help you in your journey. All right. That's it for this session. And we'll catch you next time. Have a beautiful and awesome day.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, good. Lord, let those out there that hear this message, and especially the men, because we need men today to stand up in character of you. And Lord, let them receive that, hear it on their heart, and let them take action. If it's not with us, find some other godly people that can direct them and coach them and lead them, and that make sure these men are spirit led by you, that these people connect to. Because there's a lot of darkness out there, and there's a lot of trueness, just a shade off of white, and we know that's Satan's work. And we need to teach these men discernment, and they need to teach them discipleship. And Lord, let us be that light, and let's have the courage to be out there every day fighting that spiritual battle and being the army of Christ. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. That was great. That's more than I expected. And I believe the Spirit was with us 100% in that. And it was as vulnerable as all get out.
Received. We get to impact men. That's our journey right now.
It is. I mean, I'm looking at hardcore is full of women, and I am so thankful for that. But where are the men?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We're here for a reason. So we get to maximize that.
We will. And again, the offer's open. If you want to create feedback, whatever you want to do, I'm 100% with you, Esteban. All right. Thank you. I love you greatly. And I look forward to being in contact with you more. So, pick up the phone, whatever you got a thought, I'm open. Okay. All right. Well, we all got things to do, I'm sure. And I'll get this recording out. I may shorten the summit down. I got to hit my VSP by October 29th as a virtual summit. And I was planning on 21 speakers, but it's like rounding cats.
It is. Yeah. I mean, and don't take it personal. I'm not.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah. And so when you have a VA that's part of the role,
mm-hmm.
and then it takes some of the pressure off of you. And there's different types of VAs. Some are just doing the technical work. Others are doing technical work and being your assistant at the same time. But yeah, it's 100% rounding cats. And I've been one of those cats 8 out of 10 times when I speak. So when I'm not is when it's tied in with my assistant, because she's got the short leash on me.
As well, I mean, that's important because, again, you said it very clearly. If you're not in the CEO seat, you're in the business, and 100% clearly that's not the place to be. You've lived it, and so have I. And this value of values, I'm going to share with you. I want you to look through it, if you will. It's about complete. I should have it done by this weekend. I don't like much on it. It's a guiding beacon for awareness, and it's knowing people to start questioning things. And I really want to get them in hardcore. Did you sign up for an affiliate link yet?
For hardcore?
Yeah.
I did when Ash first launched it.
Recheck. Go get back in contact with Lisa or one of the coaches and make sure. We have a new affiliate platform. So when you enroll people, we get, right now it's $1,200 per individual. It's $5,000 entry fee, $1,200. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, it was when I originally did it, that was $400 affiliate.
All right, I want you to recheck that, please. Okay. And the reason why, like I said, the reason why I brought it up, because people don't respond to you and people don't respond to me. The money's not the important part. It is for me. Yes, it is for me, but not so much in the way that it's more important to get people into this leadership and get them into the community. So I'm going to connect with people and you're going to connect with people. It doesn't matter to me, is what I'm saying. So check that. And if you get extra revenue from it, then God bless you, please do. Because that's going to give you more to your ministry.
Yeah, that's the important part. That's I think the speaking against finances or against money, that's a devil message. That's not a God message.
Yes, it is. It's 100%. We were meant to be in abundance. Now, abundance is a lot of things, and abundance is actually spiritual. If people don't understand that, and God's going to gift you and bless you with what He wants you to have. I mean, look at Job. Good Lord, that man was rich. But you can lose it just as quick. All right. So, and we did. So we're going to count your blessings. But anyway, please check. And like I said, get out there and let's get them into this program and transform them, because there's so much that can happen. Transform. All right. Well, thank you. Oh, one last thing. Feedback on the host position. How did I do? This is new to me.
Continue to speak in a way of curiosity.
Okay.
So that's the one thing I've learned over time. The summit I did in July, I positioned myself as an expert with the expert, and then looking back at like Lewis House, I was looking at some of his podcasts.
Lewis House,
and even sometimes Joe Rogan does it. Lewis House does a great job where he'll ask questions that I personally know that he knows the answers to.
Okay.
Yet he positions it like if he's an 8-year-old curious child.
Okay.
So then the summit that I hosted in August, I came in it from the curious. And it's I realize it's really captivating for the watcher. So
agreed, because it's not about us, it's about them.
Yeah, it keeps them like leaning in. So that's I share that because it was a big aha and takeaway for me. It's the position you're as a reporter, as a curious, I don't know anything child.
Well, that's me anyway. I'm curious. I'll get out.
So if you stay in that being, it'll allow the energy of your guest to gleefully share, and then the authenticity comes out, and then the spectator is captivated.
Excellent. That's great feedback, and we'll prepare that way. That's not I kind of do in a way. because I want to know a little bit about the subject matter. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't know, and that's why I'm doing this, so we get to find out.
And when you're there from authenticity, it shows up on the recording.
Yeah.
And I'm using that term captivating. So you want to be captivating. And so thinking back to some of our teachers in school, the lecturer, although they memorized a lot and they put a lot on the board, was not captivating, and typically the students do crappy there.
Yeah.
Versus
They fall asleep.
interactive teachers that posed it in a way of curiosity that spawned the students to ask questions so they could seek the answers.
Keep them engaged. Yeah. Keep them awake and thinking.
And the aha was definitely a couple that I saw from Lewis House. And then one of the ladies I study under, Dr. Lyon, she has a podcast as well. And same thing with those two. I knew that they had the specific knowledge of their guest speakers, but they presented it in the way that they didn't. So that was an aha moment for me.
I'm writing these names down.
They were humble enough not to worry about their ego, that I need to be perceived that I have this knowledge of the guest. I did that a lot when I would do my one-off interviews, and I realized I got more out of them being in curiosity versus them being in alignment of knowledge.
Okay. If you ever get hey, let's do this, give me a call. We can do a one-off podcast. I'm totally up for that. And if you want to talk scriptural or, and things like that, that's great too. I love that. I really do.
It's that's a season I'm in, are the one-offs.
Yeah. Well, it makes more sense. I mean, mainly the summits for me is practice and getting used to this, getting clear on my vision and getting it out there to serve. And that's where I'm in right now. And what I really want to do is just have once a week, just get together and let's do something and educate. Let's be curious. Let's be leaders.
The summits is a slingshot to increase your audience.
Yep.
We're talking content, we're not impacting anybody. And then in between summits, you can do your 1 week one-offs. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm on track. All right, like I said, give me a call if you get it. God says, let's do this. And if you want to, give me a call. I love doing this.
Absolutely.
It's actually fun. All right, man. Hey, appreciate you. God bless. And we'll talk soon.